You are watching JJ's Lifted Horizons.
Has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul.
Same old face, but new content.
Status quo. If you stop believing we're meant to.
You're either going to cry, laugh, smile, or learn.
Passion's gone, we are doing it wrong. Baby, you and I.
That's because JJ's lifting the world. One video at a time. I'm G Money, and I support this channel.
It's Sunday. JJ's Lifted Horizons. Thank you, everybody, for coming in today. It is going to be Book Launch Sunday, and we're going to be giving away a couple of signed copies. I want to thank everybody for being here today. We've got Jenny and Steve and Dave from Stormy Sky Row Productions. We've got TJ Giggles FPV. And we've got other people that are back there in the background. So I appreciate. And then Lambo came in yesterday to congratulate me on the book. So it's going to be a show all about the book and basically what it's all about. So we're going to get into that here in just a moment. But first, if you would like to help support this channel and you are shopping on Amazon, just send me your link to my email, jason@jjdrones360.com, and I will be happy to send you back a link that will help financially support the program. And our Spreadshirt shop is open. It's jjsliftedhorizons.myspreadshop.com. You'll be able to get all of your JJ's Lifted Horizons merchandise, as well as Blinker Flu of the Week and Welcome to the Train Wreck. And if you would like to submit one of your videos for Blinker Flu of the Week, email dandroningveteran@gmail.com. And the most important thing that this channel does is we support our military veterans through Wreaths Across America. So if you would like to help financially support the charity, it's paypal.com. Well, the link is there, and the link is actually in the video description below. So thank you, everybody, for coming in today. It is definitely going to be an interesting show. And I just want to thank everybody for being here today. And I appreciate all of the support from everybody. And thank you, Gary from Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors. Gary is a huge supporter of me and this channel. And he has done so much for me. And I do appreciate you, brother. I really, really do. And I know that there's still some people that are going to be coming in, and later on in the show, we're going to be giving away 2 free signed copies of the book. So definitely make sure that you read the rules so that you know what all is entailed with that. That is in the description of the video. And this video is going to be 100% commercial free while it's live. When it's recorded and you're watching the replay, there's going to be commercials, but as of right now on the live stream, it is fully commercial free because we just want to keep everybody here. We don't want to be having you bothered with any of those commercials. So we appreciate all of you coming in today, and we appreciate all of our guests that are going to be up on panel today. So let's bring them up. We have coming up first, Mr. Shade Tree America, Chris.
Hey everybody.
And we've got the man that shaved just for today, and because it's a special day, his name is TJ from TJ Giggles FPV. And then we also have, well, he likes to be called Mr. P, and we're not going to ask him why, so let's just bring him up. Hey, Paul.
No.
Last but not least, the man, the myth, the legend, and the only reason that he is a myth and a legend is because still don't know how he can drink so much and still stand up straight. Welcome, droning veteran.
What's up, everybody? It's a celebration day.
It is a celebration day. And, well, Dan.
And you know what, though? Let me tell you something. I know you're giving away 2 free signed copies. But
Yes,
guess
sir.
what? Those winners, they got to wait till I get my. Oh, there we go. There we go.
There it is. Yay. There you go.
Copy signed. Yeah.
Let me explain a little bit about the book, okay? And we're gonna get into detail with the book. But Dan, if you hold that up one more time, that the size of the book is actually larger than what you would expect the book to be. It's only 45 pages long because of how large it is. It's an 8.5 by 11. And the reason why it's an 8.5 by 11 size book is because chapter 13 is the most important chapter of the book. And we're going to get into that. But basically, at chapter 13 is where you get the opportunity to start writing your own story. So that is why the book is as large as it is. Otherwise, it would be pamphlet size and it would be about 100 pages long. So thank you, Dan, for putting that up there. Oh, well, actually, let me put you up solo there.
Ooh, crap.
There you go.
Green screen. Once I get to the office.
Is that a hard copy?
No, that's a paperback.
Oh, gotcha.
But that's why it's that size, so that you have plenty of room to write your own story towards the end. So, but we're going to get into that.
Yeah, as soon as you said it was out, I was like, clicked on that link and got it ordered. And it was supposed to be here tomorrow. And then last night I looked at it and it said arriving Sunday. And I was like, oh, sweet.
Well, you know what else arrived? Paul had a delivery the other day of some labels from a certain unofficial sponsor of the program. That would be Johnson Juice.
Folks up north, they know the score. Johnson's Juice, you'll crave some more. From sugar and shacks to your front door. A Michigan treasure, rich and pure. Johnson's Juice, poured thick and sweet. From the Upper Peninsula, can't be beat. Pancakes, waffles, biscuits too. Nothing tastes better, all thanks to you. Nothing tastes better, all thanks to you.
Thank you, Johnson Juice, for being the unofficial sponsor.
So
you got the labels right there.
Yes, I figured we'd do an unwrapping box wrapping, unmailing.
Oh,
what is
yep.
this?
There you go.
Oh wait, shoot, I did that wrong. Hold on. Here we go. Ready?
Are you trying to do the ASMR thing?
You gotta make it sound good. You know what I'm saying?
So there you go. And we're going to see. Look at those beautiful labels.
Wow, look how nice and shiny.
Look at that. The green screen still kind of messes it up, huh?
Yeah,
Right.
just a little bit, but not too bad.
Look, you can see through the Johnson Juice. Look at see through.
You can.
That's cool.
It's kind of like the book.
Yeah,
It,
right.
yeah, it kind of is.
There you go. So I will take care of this later.
So Paul's going to be doing some new commercials for Johnson Juice. So thank you for doing that, Paul. And now we have, because of our launching of our book for today, we have asphalt flavored blinker fluid of the week. Dan?
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. It's hot. You got to be
cool it down first.
well, yeah. Wait for it to cool, okay? But yeah, let's get into our blinker fluid of the week.
Welcome to the Low Search series on YouTube. Just don't ask anyone. That way you won't be dead.
We know you've been waiting for it.
Always keep your head on a swivel. We have red light runners. We have those crazy drivers. Every now and
I think it's spelled differently, Gary.
Whoa!
Now there's 6
of the week.
this week, so put in your favorite in the chat. Number 1 through 6.
1 through 6. I got my trusty pen. You need to sell blinker fluid pen.
I do.
Now,
Well, then we need to have Tony Veteran.
And number 2. Oh, that was not good. Are you going to do a replay? Yep, there it is.
the paper.
Totally got cut off.
Hey, I don't know. That was he did 4.
And here's number 4. I think something screwy happened there, Dan.
Yeah, dude. It was like a little glitch.
So this was number 1, right? Okay, let's go here. This is number 1.
Did I glitch it? I might have glitched
So the car is going passing in the center lane. Here's number 2.
Here, go.
Welcome to the train wreck, folks. Okay, so this is going to be number 2. No, this is number 3. But this is just a continuation of number 2, right, Dan?
Yep, it is a continuation of number 2.
Okay, so let's
I
stay.
did glitch it. So it'll be.
So we're gonna stay on track. So this is still number 2.
That's kind of
I guess it depends on what shot you like better.
Right? So this is number 3. Ooh,
yeah.
last minute. And here's number 4.
Oh, that actually looks familiar.
Oh, ouch.
I wonder if it's the same truck that took a different exit.
It could have been. And here's number 5.
Your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website.
I love the comment. I love the comment.
Oh, I had to keep that in there.
Oh, you did. You did. That made that whole clip. So it's 1 through 5 in the chat. One through 5 in the chat, and you can vote for your favorite blinker fluid of the week. Hey, Drew, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate that. Thank you, Dan, for number 1, keeping the train wreck off the rails. So I appreciate that.
You know it. I mean, if you've seen my last video, I showed you who the real train wreck king was.
That's right. If you haven't seen Dan's previous video, go check that out. But he's still not the king of train wrecks. I definitely am.
Wait, hold on. But I think we need to go back to last stream because we had a issue with Mr. Tony Veteran. There might have been a driving mistake, not a other people's mistake?
No, it wasn't a driving mistake.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know. I mean, technically, yes, I will admit, they would have said, oh, it was your fault because you went. But if you watch the video, all
I
four
watched it.
vehicles left or crossed that line after the red light.
I know, but still, like,
That's why I was paying attention, because he was plenty far back, and he sped up. I mean, we could watch it again. I'm down for it. But
Well, let's not get too far into that today. And yes, thank you, Paul. Yeah, hashtag train wreck. So I appreciate that. And we've got a couple of votes for number 5 already. So
two down.
keep the votes coming in.
keep the votes.
And Dan's gonna keep tabs on that. But today we're here to announce our launching of 1 Mile of a Time. It's a book that I wrote, and it's a book that is extremely personal to me. And it's a book that I never thought that I was going to be writing. In fact, this started out as a journal that I started writing. Now, as most of you know, and some of you don't, since January, Haley and I have been split up. And it's probably one of the hardest times that I've had in my life. And I've went through a series of very, very dark and depressed days. And Dan and Chris and TJ and I mean everybody was super supportive, trying to help me out. But when you go through something like that, it's something that you really have to be able to find your way on. And I was and still am in therapy, and I will be for the foreseeable future, only because of the amount of trauma that I've been through in my life. And I'm not here for a pity party. I'm not. This book isn't a pity party for Jason. In fact, if you buy the book and you read the book, there's going to be chapters where you don't like me, and that's okay. I don't want you to come out of this thinking that Jason is this hero, and I don't want you to come out and say that Haley, or have this feeling that Haley is a villain. In fact, in the book, I don't say one bad thing about Haley. And a lot of the stuff that I do say in the book is a lot about me. And I do. Paul, please don't. This is a serious topic, honest to God. But this is a book that I wrote because it was my healing journey, and I'm not fully. I mean, I'm not done with my journey. This is a book that came from basically a journal that I started out of desperation because there was nothing out there for truck drivers. I tried looking for support groups for truck drivers. I started and I joined a divorce support group on Facebook. And when I did that, there was a lot of ads. There were a lot of bots. There were a lot of women selling their spicy content. So there was a lot of stuff out there, but it wasn't anything that was helping me. So the only way that I could actually do anything was by writing out my own thoughts. So I started putting all of my thoughts down into a journal, and that's where everything began. And this book is, like I said, it's around 45 pages, and there's a whole bunch of chapters. Well, there's 12 chapters, and the first chapter is all about introducing me to you guys, the reader. And then we go into chapter 2. It's called No One Asked You If You're Okay, Just If the Load Made It on Time. And Paul and Dan, you are both truck drivers, and Chris, you can even chime in on this, as that when you're going through a crisis in your life, and in the trucking industry, there's no mental health days. You basically have to figure out a way to work through it. And Paul, I mean, Dan, you're a local driver, and it's a little bit easier for you. But people that are over the road like me, or like Paul was, it's a little bit harder because you're so far away from home.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, being close to home makes it a little bit easier. That's kind of why, I guess, with my deployments, because like one of the like this is like honest to God honest, but like I was when my wife's grandpa passed away, I was in Iraq, and I couldn't come home and comfort her. When my wife's grandma passed away, I was in Afghanistan, same situation. And then right before my last trip to Afghanistan, like 2 days before, no, 3 days before Wheels Up, my cousin passed away. I couldn't go to his funeral. My cousin was like a brother to me. So, I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons. I mean, I did a little bit over the road, and then I found this job, and I've stuck with it. And I love my job where I work. The people, I work for a small company, so it's really nice. But
You can just kick people out of doors.
I love to kick the OTR drivers out of doors. And that was my door. I was here first. No, he wasn't.
So when you had those family issues, Dan, could you, while you were over in could you have left like out on leave, or would they let you go on leave or something?
There was like I could have went for my wife's grandpa, but it was like at the beginning of the deployment, and then it would have been it would been my R&R, and we already had plans for R&R in Germany.
No.
And so we just decided it was better for me to stay where I was at, and that's where her grandpa, a World War II veteran, would have preferred me to stay too. But
So we had Gary say, Dan, your honesty is choking me up, sir. Love you, bro. Paul, do you have any times where you were out there on the road where you ended up running into any sort of situation to where it was difficult to focus on the job itself?
That's an understatement.
Other than hitting a buffalo.
Wait. Oh, the buffalo hit me.
That's true.
Don't get that mixed up, because I don't want to get in trouble for that one.
Right.
The buffalo hit me. See, I was
Right.
driving, and he got, he came and hit the front of my truck.
Right.
Anyways, oh yeah, no, I went through 2 divorces in a truck.
Right.
The worst one is, when one person tries to take your kid away and tries to keep your kid away from you. Yeah.
That's hard.
Stuff gets real quick.
So how did you cope with it?
Metallica. Really, really loud Metallica. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the but definitely there was a time where I was like, if I just roll this truck, I don't know, maybe the pain will go away. That went through my head once.
Oh, I'm sure it did.
I just think I was driving through Utah, so that explains a lot.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Those Utah drivers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Been there, done that.
Chris, I know that you've had some issues that you've had to deal with trying to drive, and I know you do deliveries, and I know it's not the same as driving a truck, but still, you still have the same issues where you have to try and maintain your composure while you're doing your job.
One big problem is being driving and being alone gives you time to think. Thinking is a bad thing when it comes to having major issues on. Like Paul said about music, that's one thing that does get your mind off of it. Another one is Jason, you and I have talked about this, and you do this a lot. Listening to people online and stuff like self-help, therapists that talk stuff and give you different ideas. That's another thing that, stuff like that, or listening to audiobooks, different things as well, that you just got to get your mind off of dwelling on everything that's going on.
So, I mean, the biggest thing is being able to remain focused, because when you're driving, I mean, your number one job is obviously driving, and it's very difficult. And they're even trying to focus more on mental health issues. In fact, Breakbush is going to a seminar, and they've already done a couple of mental health speeches for drivers at a couple of seminars. In fact, I got to go over one of their speeches after I wrote this book, and just to basically, give my thoughts on it, because this book just it goes into the darkest nights when I was in the truck. This is not a book where you're going to get the feel-good story, because it's not a feel-good story. It's a story about how somebody walked day by day, mile by mile, and they are trying to overcome the adversity of a divorce, and being able to just keep all of their thoughts organized and try and be able to just function, to get out of the bunk every day just to do your job. It's not easy, especially when you are hurting, when you're missing your person, especially when you have gone days and years of just the same patterns over and over and over again. And when you learn to depend on somebody else. And that's what Haley was for me. She was that person I depended on, not only to, take care of the house and help me with my meals and stuff, but she was my rock when I was on the road, because, and this was something that I learned just from being separated from her, was our mornings of having coffee. When something went bad on the road, she was the person that I would call and talk to, and she would, talk me down from the clock tower. There's so many different ways that she helped me make it through day to day. The video chats, the phone calls, the text messages, the posts on Facebook. I even have a chapter, and I think that the most important chapter of the book is chapter 13. But I think the second most important chapter of the book is actually the chapter where I talk about social media and echo chambers. And I talk about social media and echo chambers because social media can be basically the death of a lot of people. And Facebook is probably the worst offender in my eyes, because when I was going through everything and I was feeling like crap, everything that Facebook was actually showing me was making me feel worse. Now, I had to completely disconnect. I did a post. I don't even remember what day it was. I just know that I did a post early on in the divorce process to where I just said, look, I need to separate myself from Facebook. I'm going to keep the Facebook page up for the YouTube channel and the Instagram up for the YouTube channel. But as far as my personal page goes, I can't be here. And the chapter was chapter 11, Echo Chambers and Exit Science, how social media fuels the spiral. And that algorithm is out there to get reactions. That they want you to click on something, and they don't care what you click on. They want you to click on something. They want to get a visceral and emotional reaction from you. And I'll tell you right now that Facebook was 1,000 daggers in my heart every single time I opened it up. And it just made me want to completely shut down. So I pulled myself away. I had to. I did it for my survival. I had to. It wasn't even a choice. It was either I continue to feed the fire of the demons that are in my head by continuing to go onto Facebook and by letting the algorithm just feed me this BS, or I pull away from it so that I can start working on myself. I mean, Chris, you read the book. Dan, you read the book. Paul, you read the book. What are your thoughts so far on what I'm saying about it? Am I coming close? Any of you?
I think you're spot on. I mean, it was a really good read, I thought. And we all know how much I read. So if you don't know how much I read, I don't read. Distractions? What's that?
I've actually worked with you on projects at your house, Dan, and you don't read instructions.
Don't need those.
No.
Don't need those.
Go ahead, Chris.
I gotta agree with Dan. The most I read is maybe this. That's the most that I read throughout the day, or directions or a name. When you sent me the link, I read it and I'm like, my God, you're looking at everything. You're not only seeing it as a perspective as a close friend and somebody that you've talked to, or that you've talked about stuff, but reading it, and I look at it, just as a third person perspective, it's mind blowing. And I think it was Gary that said it best, about it wanting to make you cry. It's like, I see that, and I see the idea and the premise. I know, as behind the scenes, what was going on, but when you pull yourself out of it and you just read it, it's one of those things that you can tell the emotion, you can tell the hurt in every sentence and every line. And when you get done, it's like when you did, it was that chapter 8 a couple weeks ago, and I read that, and I'm like, you could feel the raw emotion. That's the best way to say it. You could just feel the raw emotion, the honesty. It wasn't just somebody put it in an AI generator and said, make me a story. It's basically, gritty, it's raw, it's real, it's part of life. And it's one of those things that if you don't read, or at least for me, with I not reading, the wife came up to me, Mrs. Shadetree came up to me and started wanting me to do stuff. And I'm literally there, I'm reading on my phone. I'm like, I'm not leaving until this is done. It was that good.
Paul, you and your mom both read the book.
Well, about that.
Okay, your mom read the book.
I kind of got distracted when you sent it to me. Well, we talked
Shocking.
about that, and then it went that way. But when I do get it, I will definitely read it. That'll be my second book in my entire life that I have read. Actually read. I have audiobooks, lots of them. But
Wendy asks, what had you, or basically, what was it that made you decide was the only right way to pull yourself up again? And Wendy was one of the people that I actually met through the divorce support group. She's out there in the Philippines. And she was actually one of the people that would message me every day. In fact, she tried to convince me that she was more stubborn than I was. And she definitely tried to be more stubborn than me by making sure that I was eating right and that I was getting sleep at night. So thank you, Wendy, for actually being there to help me out. But the biggest thing that really clicked that made me decide that I needed to start going in the right direction was the journaling. Because as I was journaling and while I was writing these things, sometimes I was going on to Chat GPT, and I would argue with the with the AI, and I'm sitting here, I'm arguing with the freaking AI generator. You know, I'm putting this information into it, and it's telling me that I'm wrong. And so I was basically trying to prove AI wrong about myself. And at that point, that was a point that I realized that I was going in the wrong direction, because if I have something that's an AI generator that doesn't care about me whether I'm here or not, and that thing is telling me that, hey, you may not be the worst person on the planet, maybe I got to stop trying to tell myself that I'm the worst person on the planet. And it also helped out with going to therapy as well. But you know, there was just a turning point back in I'd have to say March or April, to where I stopped. Because here's the thing, okay? When Haley and I split up, we didn't split up in person, because I'm a truck driver. I'm on the road. We split up while I was on the road. I can tell you the exact moment, the exact day, the last time I saw Haley was January 3rd at 8 a.m. That was the last time that I saw Haley. And the next time that I saw Haley was on a Zoom screen in a courtroom. So let me just tell you, that's hard. That screws with your mind more than you'll ever know. And I battled myself over that whole situation. That screws with your mind more than you'll ever know. And who am I got an echo from somebody.
Sorry,
anyways,
I shut it off.
Okay, thank you. So going through that whole situation, it was very difficult. So what was the first thing that I did? I'm a guy. Our first thing is to go to the first logical thing that you can do to try and fix something. So I went and I tried to play back and do this. If any of you are brave enough to do this, go to Facebook Messenger to somebody that you're talking to, and you can download the entire chat from the very first time that you ever chat with that person. I have all of the chat records from the very first time that Haley and I ever talked on Facebook Messenger. I have all of the chat records from our phone conversations. I have all the chat records from all the time that we were on Skype back when that was a thing. Okay. I was reading every single conversation word for word, and I was punishing myself for every single time that I didn't do it right. Anytime that she told me something she was excited about and that I just dismissed, I was punching myself figuratively in the head over and over and over again. I was just absolutely putting myself down every single chance that I got. And let me tell you, it is not a good feeling. And I thought that I deserved it. That was the worst part about it. And I didn't think that I had the right to have friends. I didn't think I had the right to be here on YouTube. I didn't think I had the right to have a charity or to have the friends like Dan and Paul and Chris and TJ. I wanted to pull away from everybody. I wanted to shut it down. Paul can attest to this because I texted him saying that I was going to burn it to the ground. Did I not, Paul?
Yep. And I said, no. Just kidding. More than that, but you know. Yeah.
I texted Paul. I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm burning it to the ground.
Yeah. Just for a backstory, Jason and I have been to, wait, 2 divorces. Yeah. We met each other so long ago that we've already had 2 divorces since we've known each other.
Yeah.
We keep trying, you know.
Yeah. Well, it was, and that's why I turned to Paul, because Paul was the one that was there for the first time I got divorced since we met. And that one, can you say that I'm reacting differently this time than I did on the last time?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, definitely, very much so.
Let's see here. Gary says, "Are you?" Yeah, that's coming up, Gary. Trust me, that is going to be coming up. And he never printed it. Yeah, you're going to get a copy, Mrs. Shade Tree.
I just haven't ordered it yet.
It's going to be signed.
Gary wants to know if anyone in this chat has contacts in the truck stop business. And I've been there, done that. I saved thousands of emails from my future ex-fiance. Yeah. And that's probably, other than going on Facebook and having that echo chamber where everything is telling you you're a bad person, you're a bad person, you're a bad person. That is probably the other thing that you shouldn't do. Now, for context, though, talking with my therapist, it's not bad to be able to go back and read through those messages to remember things. But when you weaponize it against yourself, is that you again, Paul?
Yeah, I was trying to look at something and stupid.
Okay. Weaponize it against yourself. All right. Paul?
What?
If you're gonna look up something or something, try muting yourself or something. Hopefully we don't have that echo problem still.
Yeah.
But
sorry. I had it echoed. I don't know why it keeps doing that.
Yeah. Hey, Misty, thank you so much for coming in. I would love a copy. I support the work you do for veterans and truck drivers. I appreciate that, Misty. So don't weaponize anything against yourself, especially when you're in a situation like me where I was basically blaming myself for everything. And it's easy to blame yourself when you are a large-hearted person. And when you feel like you have destroyed the life of the person that you are with. But I mean, it's not the fact that that I was destroying her life. It was just a matter of the fact that we weren't able to make things work. And I had to come to the realization that that was a thing and then move forward from there. Now, the first 7 chapters, I would say, is all about the time leading up to the divorce. And I will tell you right now, if you can be my friend after reading number 6, if you can still be my friend after reading chapter 6, and the chapter is titled "My Demons Don't Knock, They Kick Down the Door." You can still be my friend after that. I mean, then you're truly my friend. I don't sugarcoat anything in this book. This book is 100% me. It's 100% raw. It's 100% truth. And I didn't want to sugarcoat anything. Thanks for coming in, Drew. And that's all it is. And I wanted to give somebody the opportunity to look and see that there's another person out there that went through this, and this isn't a self-help book. Chris, is this a self-help book?
I don't think it would be. I think it's more of one of those things that I would consider it a book that if you're going to consider it a self-help book, you're going to be basing your whole life off of one instance.
Right. Dan, would you call that a self-help book?
No, I wouldn't call it a self-help book. I just call it, a book. I mean, it's just an honest story. How you feel. It's not a pity party. It's not anything. It's just speaking the truth.
And that's what this is. This is a book. It's raw truth of a man in the trucking industry and somebody that is trying to deal with the mental anguish of going through divorce while he's on the road, because there was no outlet for me. And if you look at the statistics, truck drivers are one of the highest groups of people that are going through divorce. There's some statistics that show that truck drivers are about 70% of them are getting divorced. So you can think 7 out of 10 trucks that you see on the road out there, they're all going through divorce, or they're going through some sort of mental anguish at some point in time in their life. So, there's somebody out there or this group of people does not have a voice. And I wanted to give them a voice, and I'm trying to give them the voice through this book. Now, if you go out there and you buy the book, you don't even have to personally buy it. If you have Amazon or the Kindle Unlimited, and you have access to that, you can get the book downloaded for free. Here's what it looks like. Yeah, Kindle Unlimited, it's absolutely 100% free. If not, it's $5.99 to buy it for the ebook. It's $9.99 to buy the paperback. I have it down to the lowest amount of money possible before I have to start paying them to print it. Okay. So I'm not making a whole lot of money on this, but every penny that I make off of this book is going to the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity. So I'm not making any money off of this. In fact, I don't want you guys to buy multiple books. I want you to buy the book, and then I want you to turn around and give it to somebody else. Give it to a friend, give it to a family member, give it to somebody that needs it, because that's what this is for. It's to help people. It's not to enrich me. I'm not trying to enrich me. I'm not trying to enrich the charity. I'm trying to help people. And that's what this book is all about. And that's what I care about. And Paul just placed his order. Thank you, Paul.
#bot.
There you go. And this is actually available worldwide. It's available on every Amazon platform worldwide. It doesn't matter whether you're in the Philippines, Australia, the UK. You can buy this book. Just go on Amazon.com, whatever country you're in, and you can buy it. And like I said, it's the cheapest that I can make it without me having to pay them. So I'm not making a dime off of this book. Gary says, real is the best way. I always speak my mind regardless of what religion thinks about my thoughts. Substitute religion with any other category. And I agree with you, Gary. You have to be real. And that's what this book is. This book is real. This is honest. And anybody that reads it, I hope that you will... I hope that you'll give me a 5-star review on Amazon. Because if you give me a 5-star review on Amazon, it's going to push that book out to more and more people. And I think that this book is something that needs to be put out there. It doesn't matter whether you're going through divorce. It doesn't matter whether you're going through death of a family member, illness of a family member, whatever it is, it's not going to help you get through it. But it is going to show you that you are seen, you are understood, and that you're being heard. And like I said, chapter 13, I'm going to read you the chapter 13 title. And this is why I say chapter 13 is the most important part of the book. And this is why the book is as large as it is. Because, like I said, it could have been pamphlet size and it could have been 100 pages. But chapter 13 is your miles. And this is what it says. This book was never meant to be one-sided. Now it's your turn. Use the space that follows to write your own mile markers, your own truths, your own healing, your own mess, your own light. Whatever it is, let it be real, because someone else needs your story too. So you will be able to go out there and you'll be able to actually write in those pages. And then once you run out of pages there, I hope you get a notebook and you start writing for yourself. And we're actually also, thank you. Let me pull you up, Dan.
Let's go back. Amy.
Hey, is that
Yeah,
what I'm
so
getting?
there's
Blank page?
Blank page.
Yes.
Blank
Yeah, that's
book?
what you're getting. So that's what it looks like. That's where you're able to actually write your own story.
So there's multiple. There's like 5
There's
pages,
like
6 pages.
Yeah, I think there's 5 pages.
Yeah, blank pages just like that, with the date and the journal page number.
Hey,
Yeah,
you want to know what comes underneath related to this item?
What's that?
Let's see. 7 rules for a calm mind and chaotic world. Diffuse the time bomb of co-parenting and narcissism.
Oh, jeez.
Inspiring short stories. There you go. Meditations and holding yourself back. That's what's related to your book, just so you know.
Okay. Very interesting. Misty says, my dad was a truck driver until he passed. I was glad he was able to come home often because it was hard on all of us when he was gone. And Misty, I completely understand that. And Paul understands that too, you know, being a truck driver with kids. We're getting towards the end of the program, but there's a couple things that I need to do. Number one, Chris, you were instrumental in helping me decide that I needed to do this. And this is going to be the companion piece that goes along with the book. And we have on Facebook the 1 Mile at a Time community. Now, right now, there's only around 16 members. But this is kind of a companion piece to the book, and I'm asking people to join. It's a private group, so there's not going to be any bots in there. I've got some moderators right now, and the larger the group gets, the more moderators I'm going to get, because I don't want any bots coming in. I don't want people trying to sell you stuff. I want genuine, just real people having conversations, trying to help one another. That's what the 1 Mile at a Time community is. And the link is the link for the Facebook page is actually pinned in the chat. And once we're done with the live stream, I'm going to put the link for the community in the description, or not in the description of the video, but in the comments section, along with the links for the book. So I don't want you to get the book, and I don't want you to get the book and just put the book down and stop. I want you to journal. I want you to join the Facebook group, and I want you to keep on going so that you can heal. And Gary actually shared, and thank you for sharing or reminding me, Gary. Gary actually shared a video with me earlier. So let's put his video up here real quick.
Howdy, my friends. This is take 2 of a failed video. But I'm so proud of a friend of mine. I want to tell you about it, and I want to tell you about it correctly, because he deserves a lot of, props and kudos and bows and praises. He needs to deliver a speech, on a podium somewhere. And because my friend Jason Johnson, he's an amazing dude. He's making things happen in life, in the world, and I can't believe he beat me to it, but I'm glad he did do it. He's a published author. Check out his live video tonight. It's going to be 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time at JJ's Lifted Horizons, because this is take 2, because I always want to call it JJ's New Lifted Horizons. So that's why it's take 2, because I'm an idiot. But unfortunately, he doesn't have to deal with me. You know what I mean? JJ's a genius. I'm an idiot. And that's your confession of the night. But anyway, go over there, learn about 1 Mile at a Time. That's his published book. It's a really cool thing he did in his downtime. He was a little bit under the radar. I don't think a lot of people knew about it, or if anybody knew about it. But I love his hustle. And, it's just proof that you can turn a negative into a positive any day of the week. Just set your goals, your mind, your vision. Retrain your brain to be something positive. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. I'm out here in the woods, at the forest, and And I'm trying to get away from society, to be honest with you, because that's the only time I feel comfortable. But another time I feel comfortable is when I watch JJ's Lifted Horizons on YouTube. I suggest you follow him on Facebook and then learn about what he's all about, because he helps veterans. There's another thing you need to know about him. He is the founder of the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity, 501c charity helping veterans. So that's all you need to know. I'm signing off. Peace out, my friends. Go check him out.
Thank you, Gary.
Peace out.
This is from Mike. It says, Jason, thank you for sharing your story. This will undoubtedly help others. Back to sharing stories about being on the road. I lost a good friend to cancer while I was on the road. Hard stuff. Yeah, Mike, that would be awful. And that's what this book is all about, is being how a driver can help that. And I love you too, Gary. That was very meaningful. And for those of you that are buying the paperback, you are not forgotten. And I know that you are getting a paperback book that you have paid more money for. So on the back, Dan, will you bring the book back up and show the back of the book? Because on the back, there's a QR code.
Yeah.
And using that QR code, you will actually, thank you, Dan, you will actually be able to download an album of 11 songs that I wrote. 11 songs that I wrote out. The lyrics are mine. The songs are all made by the AI generator that I was using. And some of the songs are tongue-in-cheek. There were a couple of them that I kind of made fun of getting divorced. And you're going to get a copy autographed, Mike. I guarantee that. But there's 11 songs, and I'm going to close out the video today with one of those songs. MSRP is so $9.99 for the paperback. It's $5.99 for the ebook. And then if you have Kindle Unlimited, you get the book for free as a download. But Chris, I want to say a huge thank you to you for encouraging me to start the Facebook support group. And I hope that your wife will join me in helping me out with moderating that group as well. But it's a great honor to have you as a friend, Chris. And tell me what you were thinking when you told me that.
Well, you brought up a great point. There's not really a lot of support groups when it comes to like legitimate support groups. And I thought, if anybody that knows what anybody's going through, it's you. I've never, thank the Lord that I've never had a divorce. And, I found the right woman. I found a good one. And it's not saying you didn't find a good one at all at any, in your life. I just figured that how do I want to say it? You have lived both sides of the fence, I guess, sort of say, and a little bit about it. And with your life stories, you're able to share a little bit of what you did. And it may not be what everybody else can, help with, but I figured that you would be able to at least say something. So that was why I did mention it. And I know you have a lot on your plate. We all do. And I do have to say, I commend you a lot for taking this on.
Thank you, Chris. And thank you, Misty. I really do. Let me just say this outright. I am not a leader. I am not the person to lead a movement. I am not trying to lead a movement. I'm not trying to say that I'm better than anyone else. I'm trying to say that I am a flawed individual and I made a lot of mistakes. And this book shows you every single mistake that I made. Well, close to every single mistake I made, because I can't even think of the mistakes I made before I started journaling. But it's showing you that you have value. You are a person. You are not just a number on a screen. And that is why the subtitle is what it is. We are going to sell as many of these books as we can, and we're going to get these books into the hands of people that need it. And like I said, if you don't want to buy multiple books, that's fine. I don't want you to. I want you to read the book, and I want you to hand it on to somebody else that needs it. I'm not here to get rich on this. It's all going to charity. Every single penny. I'm not taking a dime. So that is that's the moral of the story of this. I also want to there's one other thing that we need to do, and that is giving away a book. Or 2 books. So I'm going to start sharing the screen on here. And if you're in the chat and you want to win a signed copy of the book, we're going to have 2 signed copies given away. You have to be in the U.S. You have to be 18 years of age or older, and you have to be able to give me your mailing address so that I'll be able to do that. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. So if you do hashtag 1 mile in the chat, hashtag 1 mile is going to start collecting entries, and everybody on the panel is also eligible to win. I am not. No, you have to, TJ. You have to type it as it's.
I thought it was like
O-N-E.
No,
my bad. You have to type it like it's on the screen.
Gotcha.
Type it like it's on the screen. O-N-E, capital O-N-E, capital M-I-L-E.
There it is.
There you go. We got Mike. We got Logan. We've got Dan. We've got Logan. He was hiding in the background. Logan's another person that read the book too.
Can we do it as many times as we want, or just one time?
It's only gonna accept it once. So you could do it as many times as you want. It's only gonna count it once.
Okay.
And you only have one person, or you're only able to win once. So once you win, you're not going to have a chance to win again.
Boo!
Hey, how do you spell hashtag?
Yeah. Wendy, go to Amazon. You can buy the book. You can buy a book on Amazon, right there in the Philippines. My book is available worldwide. I made sure that I've
had a couple of questions. So, Jason, when you like started journaling, and when you finished your journal, like where did you send your journal off so that it could be like published into a book?
Okay, so number one, you don't have to. I didn't send my journal anywhere. I basically put it all into ChatGPT to where I was able to use that to organize my thoughts and everything and put them into chapters. And then after that, then I went to Amazon, and then I got their editing software to where I could put it into format for Kindle. And then I just did a Microsoft Word document, and I was able to use the Microsoft Word document in order to get it into the paperback form that I wanted it. So I still have my journal. I'm still journaling. I did not stop journaling.
Oh,
because the story is not done for me. It's just done for the book. But what's the other question you had?
And then what was another one?
Well, you think of that, and we're going to draw for the first book.
Yeah, the train of thought left my mind. Oh, I wanted to go back to like the whole Facebook and social media thing. I wanted to go back, if you didn't mind.
Becky, you got to do it as one word. Or, well, maybe not. It looks like it accepted it.
Hey, she's cheating. I was planning on just buying it.
Well, we're going to do the drawing, TJ, and then I'll have you ask your question about social media.
Okay.
So here it is. This is for book number 1.
See, Chris, you can still buy it and donate it to somebody else.
Exactly.
I probably will too.
Paul C.
No,
get
Paul
an
doesn't have
autographed
excuse not to
copy.
read it.
Hashtag rig. Hashtag rig.
All right. So here's what I'll do: is I will sign the book that I bought, and I will send it to the other person as I don't know what that is. No, actually, let's do this. Let's give that away to somebody else. It's already bought mine because
Okay.
I'm just going to call this out. Jason needs to stop being so nice about this. I'm going to tell everybody go buy the book because
There we go.
a quarter. So buy.
There we go. Mike, you got yourself an autographed copy. You don't need to buy one, but you're going to get an autographed copy for free from me. So when I get home,
after Jason stops and signs mine.
right. So we've got one more book to give away, and then go ahead and let's see here. Go ahead with your question, TJ.
Oh, so like with the whole social media thing, like for me, like it can be the devil, like like I would always like be on there and like just seeing like what all my friends were doing, and I just kind of felt like people were doing better things than I was. I was like, damn, why can't I do that? Why can't I do that? But at the same time, everybody's life is different. Everybody's doing different things than you are. But I mean, you can't compare your life to others because that's, impossible to do. But, I would, kind of get jealous of everybody or whatever. And I'm like, man, why can't I?
But that's what social media is all about. It's all about comparison. And comparison is the thief of joy. And so when you go out there and you compare yourself against other people, you're basically trying to keep up with the Joneses all the time, and then you're not paying attention to your own life. So you really have to not focus so much on social media. You have to focus on living your life, especially when you're going into something that's horrible. Yes, comparison. I did beat you to it, Logan. There's another thing too that I learned through this whole process, and this is something that you guys can take. This is a study that was done that serotonin is the thing that makes you happy, but what's the other chemical that people chase for excitement?
Adrenaline, you mean, right?
Well, not adrenaline, but I had it in my head.
Yes.
THC.
Yeah, right.
THC.
No, that's not it. The
It's at the tip of my
serotonin.
tongue.
Yeah, I know it. Dopamine.
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 Oh, dopamine. Yeah.
So when serotonin increases, dopamine decreases. So the happier you are, the less risk taking you're doing. But when your dopamine increases, your serotonin decreases. So therefore the people that are always after that dopamine hit, they're not as happy as the people that don't have that. So just kind of keep that in mind. That's going to come into play in a future live stream. But I just want to kind of put that out there.
And real quick, anybody who actually has like real ADHD, that is like we're people who have it are usually missing the dope. Like we chase dopamine like crazy. And so what ends up happening is you can actually with ADHD, you can actually go into like even more depression or deeper depression than some others because we don't have that on like a normal basis, you could say. So we actually do more extreme things than most would do. And also,
and I would agree. I would agree with that.
Right? Yeah, you would know. That's me.
Yeah, I tend to have ADHD sometimes, but I take medication for that.
And Misty, I want you. I don't know if Dan will send you a copy of his book, or maybe you'll win a copy. But or definitely buy the book, because I think that my book will actually help you with that. I honest to truly God do. And if Dan doesn't send you one, or if you don't buy one or whatever, get in contact with me. In fact, if you buy the book, if anybody buys the book, email me, Jason at jjdrones360.com. I'll leave that in the in a pinned comment. If you want your book signed, you just send it to me in the mail. I will sign it, and then I will send it back to you signed. People have asked me to do that. I don't know why they want to decrease the value of their books, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But I will definitely be happy to sign your book. I will give you my address if you email me, Jason at jjdrones360.com.
Well, if you like sign the book, doesn't that like increase the value or whatever?
Well, I mean, for real authors, I'm not a real author. I just pretend to be one on YouTube.
Wait,
But
according to Amazon, you are an author. It says follow author.
it does say that I am an author. Hey, Big John.
You are an author.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And
saying.
also one other thing too, because I'm actually gonna do a book to Misty, but Misty is also one of the librarians at the Lewistown library.
Sweet.
So I am going to get a book for the Lewistown Library in Montana.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. And Logan says,
It might
when
not
I
be
win
till
this-
September till I get it up there, but
Right. When I win this next drawing, I'll give my second book I purchased away to someone who wants an autographed copy. There you go. So we have, let's see here. We've got 9 entries in the drawing and 11 people in the chat. So let's draw, and let's see who wins the second autographed copy.
It's gonna be me. Hopefully. Oh,
Becky,
Woo!
Mrs. Shade Tree, congratulations.
I'm still
You
buying
are the
a copy.
winner. Well, that's fine, but you both, Mrs. Shade Tree and Mike, you both get signed copies. So when I get home, my copies are supposed to be there on Thursday, the first Thursday in July. So I've got a few copies that Amazon gave me.
that's the problem with Quinnipiac, Michigan.
Right.
Isn't that
In
in Canada?
Utah, Amazon delivers on Sunday.
Right. And that's, I mean, I'm honored that people want to get the book. I'm honored that everybody has gotten the book so far on the ebook or on the Kindles or the ebooks. The people that have ordered the paperbacks. I mean, it is just so amazing, the support that I've had so far. Share this information with your friend. If you've read the book and you like it, I'm not telling you to do a 5-star review if you didn't like it, but please do a 5-star review of the book so that this book gets pushed out to more and more people. Tell a friend about it. Tell somebody that's hurting about it, and tell it or give the book to somebody once you're done reading it, because I want this to get out to as many people as possible. In fact, I need to get with Gary over there at Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors, because he knows a truck stop that could probably use a couple books. So there's a lot of things that I want to do with this. Also, go to Facebook, join the 1 Mile at a Time community, and again, the bigger the group grows, the more moderators I'm going to need. So I'm going to need volunteers to moderate at some point. So definitely let me know if you're interested in moderating as well. I think that's pretty much everything that I had on the list. Remember, if you get the paperback, that you get those 11 songs with the QR code.
I'm gonna order mine after the stream.
Awesome. Thank you, TJ.
Yeah, buddy.
And did you call... Gary said, did you just call your wife a cheater?
Hey, I'm just calling out the obvious, but it's okay. It's okay.
And I'll do what Jason won't do. I'm going to tell everybody who gets a free book should just buy another book anyway, and then send it to somebody else or give it to somebody else. Don't give the free book away to no, buy the book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm his promoter, damn it. Buy the book.
There you go.
Price, not on sale.
Thank you, Paul.
And if you want his signature, it's double the price. Just remember that.
Oh.
We're not giving good stuff for free here.
Dan, do we have a winner for our asphalt flavored? That was the way that Gary sold.
I hope it's cooled down.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Do we have a winner for that flavored blinker fluid of the week?
We do.
The winner of this week's asphalt flavored blinker fluid of the week is
Five.
Yay, number 5. And Logan wants to know when the sequel is coming out, and Logan actually has talked me into writing a second book about my life as a truck driver. So that's going to be the next book that's planned. So that's going to be, that's going to be an interesting book because I have a lot of stories to tell.
Wait, hold on. We're going to have a conversation about some of those stories, right? Make sure that we edit specific stories that happen that we should that we don't talk about.
Well, there's going to be stories that have never ever reached the light of day that never will because I forgot all about them.
Okay, just check it.
Yeah.
Is Logan a truck driver too?
He is. In fact, I trained Logan how to drive truck.
Oh.
That's scary.
How old is he?
He's got to be in his 30s now.
Oh.
But so that book is going to be probably another year or two out because I have a lot to tell, and that's going to be like a 300 or 400 page book, I think, or maybe 2. I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
I was going to say why this book is so big. It's because it was made for old people.
There you go.
Not really.
Just make sure they're beyond the statute of limitations. Hey, Dave, thank you so much for coming in. So if you're interested in buying the book, the links are in the pinned comment right now. The links are going to be in the description of the video below. And we're going to finish out the video just the way we do every week, starting with Dan and going around the room.
Why you got to start with me? No, I'm just kidding. Jason, this book was really good. I'm to be honest with you, I don't think I could, if I was in the situation that you was in, I don't think I could have written this book. But you totally spoke the truth, and I felt everything that you could feel what you was feeling, and you did a really good job on it. I'm really impressed.
Thank you, Dan.
To be your brother.
And Dan even read chapter 6, so he's truly my brother. TJ.
2 times.
Well, Jason, I appreciate you having me on your show as always. You're a good dude. I don't care what anybody says about you. I hope we get to meet for real, like in real life at some point. Hope you can come down to Florida, or I can come up to Michigan or wherever you are or whatever. We can hang out and shoot the shit, fly some drones, and just hang out like good dudes. And just keep doing your thing, man. And life will just fall into place.
Very well said, TJ. Chris.
I'm going to keep this probably as short as I can because we are running low on time. I read the book. I suggest everybody don't just buy the book to support Jason, support the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity. Actually read this and pass it on. I like that idea of passing on, and make sure you guys, give a review. Let's get us out here. Let's get this up here. I know it's not going to be a 100% bestseller, but let's get it out there because this is a really great book. It's something that's going to be able to help everybody. The community that has come in, I have not checked out the Facebook group. We're going to get you and I together with that, Jason. We'll get that all figured out. But, if people are going through something like this, don't go and run to Reddit or just somewhere that maybe you had mistakes yourself and people are trying to prop you up and not let you be accountable for your actions or try to sugarcoat everything. This book is raw, it's real, and that's the best way to learn is raw and real. You can't be pampered when a situation like this. So just understand there's stuff out there. There's people out there, reach out. Your friends will reach out to you. This is one of the ways that you find your true friends. So just keep going. Like I said, get the book, pass it on. This is definitely something that's a very good read.
Thank you, Chris. Paul.
All right. So one of the things that I've learned in my little world of chaos, a little different than Jason's, but is if you have a mission in your life, or have a understanding of who you are, what you want or like to do, that's what you follow. Follow that and don't listen to the outside world. So, because that's what easily happens when you get depressed is you start looking at everything outside and going, oh, I'm not good enough. Well, I mean, what's good enough, right? So just be whoever you are and just have fun doing life and enjoying people around you. Don't let all the chaos in the world control your life. So, and yes, buy his book, send him money, all of that stuff, because, just because.
Thank you, Paul. And thank everybody on the panel for coming in today. I'm going to put you all backstage and we'll say our goodbyes after I get done here. So everybody, I just want to thank everyone for coming in today. And I only wanted to come on here because I just want to have a conversation between you and me. I never went out to write a book. I never went out to try and save myself. There were not a lot of nights where I prayed. I prayed in this very truck. Just take me home, God. I wasn't going to do anything to myself, but I wanted God to take me. And I prayed night after night after night after night, the same prayer. I didn't feel like I was worth. I didn't feel like I deserved love. I didn't believe that I deserved respect. I didn't deserve happiness in my life. And if it wasn't for me going out there and going to therapy, doing the work, doing the journaling, writing this book, I don't know where I would be. So that is why this book is so real. That's why it's so raw. And I don't sugarcoat anything. I don't blame Haley for anything. I take accountability for my actions, and I allow her to take accountability for her actions when she does so. But I can only take accountability for what I did. Thank you, Misty. I'm really not. I'm not really as strong as you think. I broke down. Many days I was crying driving down the highway. But like I said, this book is there not as a self-help book. It's what I did to try and bring myself back. And I'm not done yet. I'm building. I'm building this community on Facebook, the 1 Mile at a Time community. I hope that you will all join me over there. And I hope that you will buy the book. And if you don't buy the book, or when you're done with the book, you pass it on to somebody else, because that is going to help somebody who's in need. And that's what this channel is about. That's what the Lee and Betty Johnson Memorial Charity is about. That is what I am about. That is who I am, helping others. I don't care how much money the book makes. Charity is going to get what it's going to get. What I care is if this helps one person, if this helps somebody save their life, then I did my job. And I hope that you'll join the 1 Mile at a Time community, and I hope that you will post over there, and I hope that we'll start conversations, and I hope that we'll be able to help people get through their hard times. I never intended on doing this. I never intended on making a community like this. I never intended on starting a YouTube channel or doing a charity either, but I'm doing that too. So sometimes we're called to do things whether we expect that we're going to do them or not. Like I said, the paper book has an album of 11 songs. And out of those 11 songs, there was one song that I wrote for Haley specifically. And I wanted to play it the day that we were divorced. And I played it the day we were divorced. I played it in the car on the way back to the trailer. It's a song that is short, but has a lot of meaning in it. And we're going to close out the video today, or this live stream today, with that song. It's called Goodbye, My Forever. This was a very difficult live stream to do. I was nervous. I was scared. I'm thankful that it's over, because I don't like talking about myself. But I hope and I pray that my story helps somebody else. But as for now, remember, every road leads to a new story. Keep writing yours. We'll see you in the next live stream, everybody.
The sun, it rose, but you were gone. Left me standing all alone in a world we used to share, now just echoes in the air. Goodbye, my forever love. Like a fallen angel from above, you were my everything, my sky. Now it's time to say goodbye. Photographs in shattered frames, dreams we had now burning flames, words we whispered in the night, lost to shadows out of sight. Goodbye, my forever love. Like a fallen angel from above, you were my everything, my sky. Now it's time to say goodbye. Seasons change, and so did you. Leaves turn brown where flowers grew, but I'll remember
my heart, it's numb.